Big news for business in North Carolina and a return to the General Assembly for legislators. You're watching the weekly Advocacy at Work update from the Chamber of Catawba County. I'm Brian Francis, Advocacy Director, and it's July 17th, 2023. Top state in the nation for business. For a second consecutive year, CNBC has decreed North Carolina the top state in the nation for business. This recognition brings well-deserved attention to the state's remarkable success. And it's also a testament to the work done by chambers of commerce, such as ours, in being the voice for business in North Carolina and advocating for a strong business climate. It's noteworthy that despite political differences between the executive and legislative branches, the state's economic engine has continued to roar, and that is due in large part to the pro-business legislation that we have worked to advance. Now, the CNBC rankings look at a variety of areas. They analyzed 86 different metrics in 10 different categories. And North Carolina excels particularly in workforce, thriving economy, access to capital, and education. Now, while the General Assembly was back in session last week, committee meetings and voting sessions were at a minimum. It's probably due to behind-the-scenes work on the budget. But about those budget negotiations, House Appropriations Senior Chair Jason Sain said last week that mid-August is now our target date. There are apparently previously scheduled vacations and national conferences that are going to be pulling the negotiators away from Raleigh for the next several weeks. There was one bill of note heard in committee last week we wanted to mention. It was Senate Bill 193, Career Development Plans, and that would initiate a study to consider the best ways for career development plans to be created for middle and high school students, with the intent of improving the state's overall workforce. The bill received a favorable report from the Education K-12 Committee and has been sent to the House Rules Committee. And finally, a note on our scheduling. It looks like both houses are shutting down their committees. We've heard rumored legislators are saying things like, we shouldn't just be passing bills that we don't want to pass because we have nothing else to do. It also makes sense since we're past crossover. So almost all of the bills in Senate committees are House bills and vice versa. Neither house is real interested in passing the other's priorities while the budget is being negotiated, as every one of those bills could be a bargaining chip. And with that background, we've reached the point in session where we won't necessarily be back every Monday, as there may just not be an update for you. But rest assured, when there is progress, we'll be back to share it with you. Until then, I'm Brian Francis. This has been Advocacy at Work from the Chamber of Catawba County.